Yo, what's up guys, this is Astranox, Blood Moon Haste, ML Haste. A Soul Weaver, a Dark Soul Weaver. Let's look at his stats, let's look at his skills. I'll be giving my thoughts about him. My early thoughts anyways. I'll talk about, barrier strength on his skill. Let's just check it out, right? So that's what he looks like. This is from the official video. The link is in the description if you want to, learn about the character designs and his story as well. Skill number 3 right here. And then he goes crazy. And he's going down on the enemy. That's what he looks like. And here's his stats. Dark Soul Weaver. Zodiac is pieces, same as Rowana. Okay, same stats as her. Defense is crazy high, almost 800. 798, 98 speed. Soul Weavers are, they're slow. Health at 5,474, attack 621. Memory imprint, we got 12.9% attack, top and back position. Self-memory imprint, 18% health. So yeah, a ton of survival. This hero scales based on max health on his 3 skills. So unfortunately, his health is on the lower side compared to his defense, but I think they took that into account, right, when they're doing the multipliers for the hero. So let's look at his skills. That's what he looks like here, and we got the animation here, the blood trail from the side spinning. Really cool stuff. And he's upset here. So Moon Slash, skill number 3, 6 turn cooldown, attacks with a side, recovering health of all allies, penetrates defense but cannot trigger a critical hit. Damage dealt and amount recovered increases proportional to the caster's max health. I love that. You can make your heroes tanky and they can do their job. You don't have to worry about them. You don't have to worry about their survival, and that's great. Boosting health means boosting damage, recovery at the same time. It's great. Damage decreases damage suffered by all allies by 10% when this skill is available. When more than one damage reduction effect is granted, only the strongest effect is applied. Skill enhancement, we got -1 turn cooldown, lowering it to 5 turns. We got 30% damage increase from the skill ups. Passive, this is the biggest thing on this hero. When an enemy is revived, grants all allies a barrier and immunity for 1 turn and resets the cooldown of Moon Slash. Yeah, Moon Slash is skill number 3 with a 6 turn cooldown. That's pretty sweet right there. Barrier strength increases proportional to the caster's max health. So yeah, you want to increase his max health as much as possible. Barrier strength is getting increased from the skill ups. 50% barrier strength from the skill ups. That's pretty crazy. So I would say top priority would be to get that, because this is a reactive skill, and that's kind of the purpose of this hero. You need to counter revive. It's not like a true counter like Sinful Angelica. You kill them and they can't come back to life, right? Or extinction mechanic. But yeah, this is a pretty nice skill. You got healing here, you got barrier here, and let's look at him attacking Arbiter Vildred in the video. He has 21,765 health. And you can see here, Arbiter Vildred took 7,924 damage, right? He wasn't at max health. The Euphin in the video actually broke the barrier because there's a fall in Cecilia, and then dealt some damage to him. But 7,924 health in damage. That means this skill number 3 has a multiplier of about 20% of his max health, and it scales based on his attack as well. He does have attack buff. So let's say 600 attack base plus like 200 from the main weapon. Let's assume there's no attack percentage substats, because maybe they have perfect gear on their test characters. I'm not sure. But he has attack buff. So 600, 200, 800, add 50%, so 1200. So I calculated this thing to be about 20% of his max health in damage, penetrates defense, and that's taking into account the skill ups as well. Okay, so here we can see Arbiter Vildred. He's coming back to life, increased attack, greater attack buff from Alexa's basket. So he's about to attack the team. Look at how powerful this barrier is. It seems to scale at about 30, it's 20% of his max health, something maybe a bit more, right? And then you get 50% barrier strength from the skill ups. So it looks to be about a 30% of his health. Look at this. You can see like it seems to be right on the mark, maybe like 33% of his health right now on ML Haste. So that is huge. That is huge. And the barrier on Ufin is actually at 50%. You cannot have a barrier bigger than 50% of your max health. So remember that. Desert Jewel Bazaar, he seems to be at maybe 50% health of barrier, right? Because he has a low base health. And anyways, Desert Jewel Bazaar, you want to build him with high speed and effect resistance, so he doesn't get, you know, stunned by Bazaar or anything. Basically, you want him to be ready to go. So let's look at the other pictures here. This is a black background, but we can notice the strength of the barrier even better right here. It's beautiful. Like, it's a really strong barrier. But of course, unable to be buff debuff will counter this thing, because the skill 2, the passive, it applies barrier and gives you immunity but doesn't cleanse, right? So if you have enable to be buff debuff, it will counter this thing. If you have unhealable, it will counter the healing portion of skill number 3 of Blood Moon Haste. So you gotta keep that in mind. You need someone to cleanse. You need someone to apply, you know, debuff immunity on your whole team. You can see here immune on Ufin and on Maid Chloe. Resist happen on the, you know, ML Haste and on the back hero Desert Jewel Bazaar. So you can see how much damage he dealt. He had greater attack buff. I'm assuming he has some gear on, right? Some decent gear. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait, and yeah, I'm gonna showcase him. I'm gonna be summoning him on account number 3, because I have heroes that are slower, heroes that are tankier. So I feel like he's gonna be a great fit on that account. I got Desert Jewel Bazaar, ML Ken, a lot of like tanky heroes, Alencia Fire Ken, you know, Champion Zerato. The thing is, he's gonna be really sweet with Champion Zerato. I mean, if there's unable to be buff debuff, unhealable, like, it's gonna get transferred back on the enemy team. So that's really cool. He definitely would be a very powerful hero to be paired with Champion Zerato. Just saying that. Blood Side skill number 1 attacks by swinging a side, dispelling 1 buff. 100% chance to dispel a buff, unless of course it gets resisted. But the kicker is soul burn 10 souls, ignores effect resistance. That's very powerful. You might need to remove a buff here and there. And there you go. You might be removing some buff here and there from dual attack as well. So that's good. And this scales based on his max health. From skill ups, we have a 30% damage increase. Not bad. And that's the animation. It's actually a triple attack. You can check it on the official video in the description of this video. And that's really cool. I really like, you know, they did put some effort into his skill animation. And his skill number 3, man, has so many frames. It has a lot of stuff going on in his skill 3, and it looks really cool. So this is him in the lobby right here. He's holding a cup, legs crossed. Look at, he just pours the water. He's like, nope, I want some blood, baby. I want some blood. Okay, let's just go back to his skills. I'm gonna be talking about, you know, like pros and cons. Like, let's say this hero, right? He's a ML natural 5-star hero. So of course, like, you're not going to be pulling for him for PvE content, or, I mean, he could be used there. The thing is, the biggest thing about this hero is definitely Grudge. This thing right here, you know, not countering revive mechanism, but at least protecting your team against it. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. And of course, you're going to be using him more in PvP. And especially with the hunts, like, it's better to have a mono team, you know, like an ice team, a fire team, an earth team. So it's, of course, like, he's going to be used more in PvP. That's his purpose, I believe. And I would say that he's going to be useful in offense more than on defense. I feel like he's going to be great with tankier teams, slower teams. You just tank it, and he's going to be able to provide, you know, some healing. He's going to be able to deal some damage, penetrates defense. It's not bad at all. You know, he's got low speed. The thing is, you're not going to have him go first, but there could be a way to, like, have some fun with this hero, even with speed, I would say. I do like his kit. Unhealable and unable to be buff debuff will definitely be his biggest weakness, especially the enable to buff debuff. I mean, this is nullifying the portion of like the barrier and the immunity. The thing is, this resets the cooldown of Moonslash. Resets the cooldown of Moonslash. Moonslash, 6 turn cooldown, and that's really powerful right there because you can just use it again, heal, assuming you don't have unhealable on you. And the thing is, well, it might take time for you to use it again because, of course, he might be built on the slower side, so you might have to wait for a while. Gives the enemy time to apply maybe unhealable on your team, but definitely a very cool hero. I would say that in Guild War, like, let's say in a scenario where multiple times I've been going in there with double damage dealers, double bruisers, and maybe someone to do some sustain, right? I kind of want to bring, like, let's say I bring Martial Artist Ken, and then I kind of want to bring like Fallen Cecilia, or at least like a knight with Aureus, right? So ML Ken doesn't get popped. He has 19,000 health, so now it's not the same as when I was running him with like 16,000 health. He's way more tanky, but you know, like Arbiter Vildred, the immunity is going to be great against the decreased hit chance debuff, which is super annoying when it does happen. But the barrier, very, very strong. Seems to be 20% of his max health. After skill ups, 30% of his max health. Seems to be maybe 33% from what I'm seeing on the health bar, how strong the barrier is. So, I mean, you could bring him with like double bruisers, and he's going to be able to heal. He's going to be able to, you know, apply the barrier and immunity if you're fighting against Arbiter Vildred. So that's really cool right there. If there's no revive, then it's going to be questionable to bring him because we don't know how much this actually heals because we don't see the healing in the video. Everyone is topped off. So I'm curious about the multiplier there. He's a Soul Weaver. He can carry Soul Weaver artifacts. That is huge. Shimaja staff boosting the healing by 30% at plus 15 or 40% at plus 30. That's very, very strong, especially if you're running another Soul Weaver, like a dedicated healer, maybe a Desert Jewel Bazaar with healing and cleansing. And it boosts all green numbers on Shimaja's staff. So like Sigurd's Sight on Martial Artist Ken, well, the healing portion will get boosted by Shimaja's staff. I love that. He can be running Celestine because he has a passive, so he's going to be using skill 3 and then skill 1 unless skill 3 resets. So Celestine could provide some healing. He could be running Touch of Ricos to have some team-wide healing when he gets attacked. He could have Wondrous Potion Vial to dispel. I mean, it's not a build guide, but I'm just letting you guys know, of course, like the Soul Weaver artifacts, they're very strong. Idol's Cheer, you know, giving combativeness to your highest attacker, attacker. So that's really cool. I was thinking about maybe like if he's on speed, right? Like not like going first and outspeeding the enemy team, but I'm talking like, what if he doesn't have that much health, not that much survival? Maybe he is built with, you know, high speed, maybe high effect resist, and you're wearing like Water's Origin, so he's getting combat rudeness when he loses, what is it, more than 20% of his health or more. So that would give him combat rudeness, and then let's say you have like General Purgus, and AoE would like give combat rudeness from General Purgus would give combat rudeness from Water's Origin. He would like be able to cut in between a cleave, and then he would apply this, he would use the skill 3, lowering someone I doubt he's going to be killing since he doesn't have that much health, and then yeah, he's going to be recovering the health of the allies. Of course, if you don't have that much health, it's not going to recover that much, but yeah, it could be something that could help, and it could, I don't know, like sustain your team somehow. The thing is, he might be kind of hard to position in a team. Like, you can't bring him in a speed cleave team because he's going to be taking the spot of like someone to boost combat rudeness, someone to buff attack, crit chance buff, the place of a damage dealer, like a true damage dealer, a cleaver, or a pure single target damage dealer. I mean, yeah, you're not going to be bringing him in those type of teams. That's the thing though. So if you set him on defense, they will just like not bring any revive mechanism. So what does he provide at that point? If they're not even attacking you with like an Arbiter Vildred, what if you don't even have time to retaliate? They're just like throwing so much damage at you. So So what does his kit really do? You put him on a counter set, he could have a dispel of... he could dispel one buff, right? With this thing. Okay, and then maybe he has Celestine, so that's some recovery right there. But will it really justify putting him on your defense? If you put him on your defense, he's gonna need to be... yeah, I mean, you could have like squishier heroes in there, I guess. You could have an annoying team with Assassin Cartuja, a damage dealer that is maybe he's built with you know, like more defense because you want to take advantage of that barrier even further. But I feel like he's going to be used more on offense. I kind of prefer Sinful Angelica, but of course, like, you can't pity Sinful Angelica. And to be honest, like, his kit is really interesting though. Like, you got healing, you got barrier, you got immunity from the revive. This thing resets, so he could deal a decent amount of damage. Like we saw, he dealt like almost 8,000 damage right here, right? So that's pretty sweet right there, considering he's like a support with a reactive passive. So definitely an interesting hero. I'm definitely going to be showcasing him, and we'll see his true potential. And yeah, this cannot trigger a critical hit. Of course, you're not going to be building him with a bunch of crit chance. The thing is, I would just have, you know, maybe the necklace and ring could be health percentage. The boots could be speed. I mean, you could build him on the slower side because, to be honest, like, this thing will happen. It will happen if you bring him against revive team. So more health mean more barrier. But if you overkill on the health, then like maybe you have squishier damage dealers that the barrier cannot go above 50% of their max health. So you lose value there. By the way, guys, if you're going to be, you know, summoning for him, if you lucked out on Moonlight Summon, this is what you actually need to get ready, right? You need for the Awakening, the Ancient Creature Nucleus. You need 10 of those. And you will need 15 Blood Flaked Bone Rare Catalyst. For the skill ups, just showing you guys because he's of the same zodiac sign of Rowana. And right here, skill enhance. Yeah, I did showcase her. I did plus 15. I did get the damage increase on that skill one. Yes, it was to get that plus 15, baby. Okay, so what you need 6 Ancient Creature Nucleus. You will need, I believe it's 36 Strange Jelly, and it's about, like, it's 33 Molagora that you will need. So, of course, it's not going to be the same amount of skill enhance per skill. What he has is 3 skill ups here, 6 skill up here, and 6 skill up here. So, yeah, definitely farm those catalysts in advance, balance your catalysts into your sanctuary, convert them, yeah. So closing thoughts about this hero, PvP oriented, might be hard to position, right? I feel like in World Arena, he's going to be great. I mean, you could be going in there with a stall team. Maybe his skill 3 starts to pick like the squishier heroes apart as you get more damage. Especially it's going to be a counter pick like against revive mechanism. The barrier strength is huge. We're yet to see the healing, but I feel like he's like a hybrid damage dealer, you know, with great support, you know, skills, reactive, active, and like it's a strong hero. It's just like he's gonna be hard to position. Like you can't set him on your defense because they will just not bring revive mechanism, and maybe he's completely worthless. He's just gonna be standing there and he's not even gonna get a turn, and he's just ending up like dying because there's better heroes to, you know, it's about annoying the enemy team and messing them up with, you know, type of like Assassin Cartuja, Moonlight Dreeblade, being tanky, having like Lilius there to take care of debuffs, having Fallen Cecilia to boost like your barrier. I'm seeing like Alencia, Fallen Cecilia together in Legend, and Alencia, Fallen Cecilia together with skill 3, they're able to wipe out like a cleave team. It's so much damage. They're super tanky. You can't even take one. You cannot even one-shot one. Like with my Sid, I can't even one-shot one of those on the tankier teams. I still need to reforge some pieces, but yeah, he might be hard to position. That's definitely an issue with this hero, considering he's a ML Nat 5. Definitely not the easiest of heroes to obtain, but he does have his use You see like an offensive team, they have Arbiter Vildred in there. In the Guild War and on offense, they don't have sustain or not much sustain at all. I mean, yeah, you could do it. It's just that Arbiter Vildred is going to be using his skill 3 if they're outspeeding you. And then, you know, if they apply unable to be buff, debuff, if there's Seaside Bellona with him or something like that, unhealable, it's going to kind of mess up his whole thing unless you have cleansing, you know, debuff immunity throughout the battle. So, yeah, I mean, he does need the help of his team to be at his full potential, and then like on defense he can be like just, you know, countered like by not bringing any revive. But yeah, I will showcase him. We'll see how he performs, but I feel like I said, he will be stronger with a tankier team, bruiser heroes that won't die like instantly. It's just that if there's no unhealable, there's no unable to be buff, debuff, he can definitely protect squishier like damage dealers. Like Yufin here, she has the barrier at 50% of her health in strength, and then you know, Arbiter Vildred with greater attack buff. We don't know his stats, we don't know the stats of Yufin, but yeah, like the barrier is very, very strong. It's just that I feel like on offense he's going to be stronger. Definitely a fun hero. Can't wait to see what kind of numbers we can do with skill number 3, and what kind of thing we can do with this. I mean, you can definitely throw him in there in a team on for offense, and not a speed team but a slower team, and still I feel like that barrier can protect squishier heroes. Especially if you have, imagine like if you have a defense buff, then things are much easier at that point, because I mean you have more damage mitigation, and then you have the super strong barrier on top of that. But of course, like I said, unable to be buff, debuff, that skill 3, you know, it will not happen. Barrier will not get applied, immunity will not get applied, but at least you're resetting the cooldown of skill number 3. We'll see. So stay tuned for that, guys, for my showcases of ML Haste, Blood Moon Haste. Good luck with your summons. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Press the bell icon to notified whenever I release a new video. And check out my other videos. They should be showing up on the screen now. Got playlists of all sorts, PVE and PvP, Arena, Guild Wars, guys, tips, and how-tos, and episode 462+, as well as best order guides for my early to mid-game players. Join my Discord server. The link is in the description. If you want to get help or help the community, over 1,000 members. Good luck with all you do. Stay safe out there, guys. COVID-19 is no joke. I'm Astranox. Peace out for now.